them.
Yusuke Parking presents you with a ton of varied and surprising levels. The goal is to fill every parking spot before the timer runs out. And don't get too attached to your cars though, because you'll have to respawn a lot. For the competitive players out there, there's leaderboards in every level so you can compete with your friends and the world for those top spots. And for everyone that's feeling creative, we've also included a level editor that features everything that's in the main game, so you can go all out and be creative and make your own tracksuit.
You want to know how much you suck at parking? You can already do so. Download the demo. You can also talk to us, show us your best moves, or talk to other parksters at our Discord. Happy parking! Since, so we're super grateful for them.
Yusuke Parking presents you
Hi everyone, I'm Olivier Guédon, producer here at Ubisoft Ivory Tower. The Crew 2, launched in 2018, reaches
Dejando un poquito atrás lo que fue el directo de Guerrilla, y nos vamos a ir directamente de lleno a lo que es el directo de Wholesome, el directo de Wholesome. Presentaron más de 50 títulos, que la realidad es que no vale la pena destacarlos ni hacerles la separación que hicimos anteriormente con Guerrilla, porque la realidad es que se fueron de tema con la cantidad de títulos, pero esto tiene una razón de ser. Wholesome generalmente lo que hace es juntar muchos proyectos indie para poder ayudarlos a alargar su juego. Entonces, bueno, de repente nos encontramos con un mundo diferente de títulos y demás, y ahora lo van a notar un poquito en los más o menos 9, 10 destacados que nosotros sacamos de todo este vivo. En primer lugar tenemos un juego que se llama Palibs, que tiene un estilo muy parecido a lo que es el Sims, pero únicamente nos dedicamos a armar el diseño de la casa, decorarlo, acomodarlo, mejorar las paredes, poner ventanas. Es un estilo muy naturalista, así que bueno, de repente a los que son amantes del armado de la casa, este es un buen título para tener en cuenta. Por otro lado, un título que me causó mucha gracia en el estilo de juego, ¿sí? Es un juego que se llama Kiwi, que básicamente te pones en el papel de un kiwi, que es el animal kiwi, no la fruta kiwi, y tenés que hacer mandados. Básicamente sos como un cartero de un mundo donde los kiwis son carteros. Después tenemos un título que se llama Battle Cakes, donde vos sos un cupcake y tenés que desbloquear los puzzles que vas encontrando en el mundo. Otro de los títulos que destacamos es el Rainbow Billy, ¿sí? Que básicamente nuestro objetivo es recuperar los colores del mundo. Otro juego a destacar es el Soulpot, que es un simulador de cocinero. Así como habíamos dicho el Happy Humble de Guerrilla, que era el simulador del Mac, acá nosotros nos ponemos en el papel de un cocinero de sopas. Básicamente nosotros lo que tenemos que hacer es conseguir los distintos ingredientes, mezclarlos y tener la paciencia como tiene un cocinero para poder preparar el plato que corresponde. Por otro lado nos encontramos con Moonglow Bay, ¿sí? Que básicamente nos invita a redescubrir el mundo de la pesca y de su gente, ¿sí? Nosotros estamos en una costa, tenemos un barco y básicamente tenemos que conseguir nuestras cosas para poder salir a pescar, para poder cocinar, descubrir nuevos platos que son platos de mar, ¿sí? Así que vamos a encontrarnos con un mundo distinto en Moonglow Bay. Por otro lado nos encontramos con el pequeño hijo del Pokémon Snap, que es un Pokémon Snap, pero para perros. Se llama Puperazzi, un juego bastante copado de palabras. Básicamente nosotros tenemos que encontrarnos con los perros que están dispersos por el mundo en distintas actividades, algunas más flasheras que otras, y tenemos que fotografiarlos, tenemos que inmortalizar ese momento del perro con la cámara de fotos. Otro de los títulos es el Amber Isla, que básicamente tenemos que recorrer el mundo y encontrar tesoros para poder exhibir. Me hizo acordar muchísimo a lo que es el Animal Crossing, pero acá nosotros no nos dedicamos a armar nuestra casita, armar el pueblo, ayudar a alguno, ayudar al otro, sino que básicamente nos encontramos con tesoros y los tenemos que mostrar. Aparentemente, según entendí de lo que era la jugabilidad, también se pueden vender, se van completando algunos dungeons que hay por ahí dando vuelta, pero ese es el objetivo del juego. Y por último y no menos importante, nos encontramos con un juego que se llama Witchery Academy, ¿sí? Que básicamente es un Harry Potter pero en chibi. Nosotros nos ponemos en el papel de una bruja que tiene que aprender en la academia a cómo manejar sus poderes. Podés tener la posibilidad de mejorar tu cuarto dentro de la academia, de encargarte de lo que es la granja para tener más elementos, para poder cocinar pociones. Todo lo que es Harry Potter, pero a modo chibi dentro de Witchery Academy. Y estos son los 9 títulos que nosotros podemos destacar de Wholesome Direct. Si quieren saber más, como ya les dije anteriormente con el vivo de Guerrilla, pueden encontrarlos en las páginas oficiales, pueden volver atrás, pueden encontrar el canal de Twitch de la E3 donde esto lo destacan. Nos faltan un poquito más de 6 minutos para el vivo de Ubisoft. Espero que hasta acá los hayamos podido acompañar con esta espera, con esta previa a lo que es el anuncio de Ubisoft, uno de los gigantes del mundo gaming. Y ahora la pregunta que nosotros nos hacemos es: ¿qué podemos esperar de este vivo, Calvin? ¿Qué podemos esperar ver el día de hoy en esta transmisión? Realmente de los títulos no tenemos muchas pistas. Sí podemos hablar de que vamos a encontrar un poquito más de contenido de lo que es el Far Cry 6. Aparentemente se venía con actualización de contenido para el Rainbow Six, para el Assassin's Creed Valhalla también. Se venía un agregado de contenido. Todavía no sabemos si es DLC, si es venta nueva, si es un título nuevo, probablemente no. Pero no sabemos, pero por ahí viene la mano.
Hey everyone, I'm Latish Dalinadan, a live producer on Watch Dogs Legion. Back in October 2020, you recruited a resistance, built DedSec, and saved our near future.
Probablemente también lo que podamos encontr es un poquito más de la artillería pesada que se va a venir para las nuevas generaciones, que todavía no vimos nada de estreno de Ubisoft, o vimos muy poco en realidad.
I'm proud to give you a taste of what's coming up in Watch Dogs Legion.
Y probablemente tengamos un poquito más de contenido en cuanto a la próxima adaptación de videojuego a cine, que es The Division, que ya tiene 2 actores confirmados. Probablemente podamos ver un poquito más de lo que nos depara Ubisoft en colaboración con el cine, el TV y los dispositivos móviles.
That thing must not fall into the wrong hands.
Whoa! Easy. Hey, I know you.
Give me that.
This,
3.
I need it for a thing.
2.
Okay, I guess we're doing this.
All I need is that little device stolen by your partner. The one in the stupid mask?
I can find him.
I just don't think I can trust you without some insurance.
I'm just tired of criminals and con men running the world.
I need you to pay pay attention.
Del Watch Dogs Legion. Si no lo jugaron todavía, si no lo descargaron, si no vivieron la experiencia de Watch Dogs, por favor descárguenselo, porque quienes por ahí vienen del primer título, de la primera entrega y no jugaron la segunda porque la primera entrega los decepcionó, porque no cumplió con las expectativas que nosotros estábamos esperando, el Watch Dogs Legion es un titulazo.
How do I tame the deer? How do I tame the deer? Oh, not like that! My bad? Now I feel bad.
Se quedó hipnotizado con un juego como el Trackmania, con los videos que nos muestran. El vivo TOF para todos ustedes.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Ubisoft Forward. I'm Neelam.
And I'm Yusuf. We're so thrilled to be back hosting Ubisoft Forward. Over the next hour, we'll be your guides to all the latest news and exciting announcements coming from Ubisoft.
We've got so much in store for you today, including deeper looks at Far Cry 6, Riders Republic, and Rainbow Six, plus a few other surprises you'll find out about soon enough.
Neelam, I'm excited. We're filming this together. We got this gorgeous set. E3 is back. But I know why y'all are here. You want to see games, so let's get right into it.
The Rainbow Six operators are facing off against an evolving and deadly threat. You'll no doubt have noticed that the alien parasite has spread to new areas. It's time to suit up and step into the containment zone.
Here's a deeper look at Rainbow Six Extraction.
Lo mostrar en principio es
I used to feel so much peace.
El próximo agregado de contenido de Rainbow Six.
Until a piece of it fell. And the nightmare began. We thought it could be contained. But it evolved. So we did too.
One of our own is MIA. I need an extraction team, now.
If there's a way to stop them, you will find it. But I know you will find me first.
Okay, the plan. Nomad, secure our exit. I'll take out the nests.
And I'll find Ivana. I have your signal. Let's go.
We are already out of the nests.
Incoming! Clear the area!
Stand back!
Down.
Clear. Let's move out. Clock's ticking.
I found her. Ivana, hold on. I've got company.
Coming through.
Countermeasures.
Check. Make for the exit. An apex! Get down!
Ella, look out! I don't have the gun!
Not so fast.
Target the breacher! Now's our chance!
Nomad, blow the door. Cover me.
Hey, you all throwing me a party?
Yeah. Too bad you missed all the fireworks.
Team, it's Ash. We're not done yet. VIP down and...
Tenemos Rainbow Six Extraction.
Now, I know you must have a ton of questions after seeing that trailer, and we have answers as well as a full gameplay walkthrough coming up, so hang tight. My name is Richard. I'm your resident community developer coming to you from North Carolina. We're thrilled to be back to give you an introduction to Rainbow Six Extraction. With me today in Montreal, I have Bruno Lalonde, our lead technical director, and Alicia Fortier, game designer, to help walk us through. Alicia, what can we tell our players about Extraction?
Nos pueden dejar nuestros comentarios. No se olviden de suscribirse al canal, de seguirnos en todas nuestras redes sociales, ¿sí? Y estar atentos a todo lo que se viene de Radio 8 Bit, con todas nuestras secciones, con todos nuestros videos. Si no estás desde el principio, si hay algo que te perdiste, siempre podés volver atrás, siempre podés ver los videos que ya están publicados, los programas que ya tenemos disponibles para ustedes. Y no se olviden de activar la campanita porque tenemos mucho más para compartir con ustedes más adelante. Tratamos de estar siempre a la altura de las expectativas de aquellos que nos siguen.
The operators we just saw in that trailer are very familiar. But what happened to Hibana?
She got captured. In Extraction, you're always putting it all on the line. If you or a teammate falls during an incursion, you're gonna go missing in action. You can't play MIA operators until they're safely recovered. You and your squad are gonna have to come back together to get back in there and get them out. Every time you go in the containment zone, you risk losing all your progress and upgrades. So stay on your toes and weigh every move you make.
Balancing that risk and reward scenario is going to be tough. Bruno, can you tell us a little bit more about the alien threat? What is it? Who are they? And where do they come from?
What we know is the Archenes are an evolved form of the parasite that was first detected a few years ago during the outbreak event in New Mexico. But a lot have changed since. The parasite has spread to 3 new regions, emerging in several containment zones within New York, San Francisco, and Alaska. This is what we know so far. Within the containment zones, the alien ecosystem is in a continual evolution, as incubation nests and their sprawling tissue spawn procedurally, taking over different areas of the map and reaction to the player presence.
The parasite is always spreading, always evolving, but it didn't look too happy about the operators disturbing their new home. What are we facing off against?
Well, the black goo-like sprawl is probably the first thing you will take on. It spreads to the map once your presence is detected, slowing progress and helping the Arkeens. Some of the other threats you may have seen in the trailer are the long-range spiker, the explosive breacher, the shape-shifting tormentors, and the apex. There's a lot more species of Arkeens and mutations that have been observed. More to come on that very soon.
Thank you both so much for joining me. I'm really excited to dig into more of the details. We still have crossplay to talk about. Yes, that's right. Extraction will bring everyone together regardless of the platform. And for our Rainbow Six Siege community, we have exclusive unlocks for you in both games. Okay, you've been waiting long enough. Let's take an exclusive first look at some gameplay footage. Here is Rainbow Six Extraction.
Welcome to Rainbow Six Extraction, the new tactical co-op shooter game where Rainbow Six operators are dropped into alien territory. In today's walkthrough, we're on a mission to investigate anomalies identified at the Orpheus Research Center in Alaska. HQ will provide additional
El primer gameplay de Rainbow Six Extraction. Básicamente lo que nos explicaban es que el virus sigue evolucionando, está en constante evolución. Y básicamente no nos va a dar respiro la misión de extracción.
Sledge will use their operator abilities to complete objectives, assist each other, and obliterate Arkeans in their way.
Drone spinning up.
That's a grunt. Easy for a nest to incubate and bring to life, not so easy to eliminate in large numbers.
Converge on location. Nice and quiet.
The enemy reacts to intrusions in their ecosystem, including operators.
Eliminate my target.
So stealth tactics are the way to go.
Visual on nest. Place auto trackers for our react scientists.
En respuesta a lo que nos comentaban por Twitch. A ver, básicamente la mecánica de todo lo que nosotros podamos tener o avanzar en el juego se pierde si nos llegan a eliminar. Creo que de alguna manera esto lo hace un poquito más dinámico al juego. Nosotros justamente ayer estábamos haciendo en vivo y jugando con los chicos y quedó grabado también lo que es el Phasmophobia, donde vos si perdés todos tus elementos, perdés todo tu progreso, y creo que de alguna manera apunta a que nosotros realmente respetemos esto que también nos destacaban los desarrolladores, esto de trabajar en equipo, de ir codo a codo, de ir observando, de ir caminando en el mapa, de ir siguiendo las misiones y no tirarnos hacia adelante como locos, como normalmente a veces pasa con el shooter, que por ahí hay algunos, y a nosotros nos ha pasado en vivo, que por ahí hay uno que no es de malo, sino que tenemos más confianza en nuestras propias habilidades o subestimamos a lo que tenemos adelante y bueno, de alguna u otra forma terminamos perdiendo. En este caso, si perdemos el progreso, perdemos nuestras armas o perdemos lo que sea, si llegamos a morir, creo que esto nos va a obligar a prestar un poquito más de atención. Pero está interesante todo el contenido nuevo que nos está brindando Ubisoft con esta agregado contenido de Rainbow Six Extraction.
That was close. Here, the team can regroup and resupply. Airlock doors will open onto the next subzone, which will be tougher than the first.
We need tissue samples from those Archies, and we need them gone. Use your react blade. right there. React blade, do your thing.
That target is finished.
One down. We're not done yet. That's your target. Don't put it to death just yet. Get that sample.
We've located a spiker. It can fire armor-piercing projectiles. Alibi deploys a Prisma hologram.
Deploying the bait.
Ver que la batalla cuerpo a cuerpo, la batalla tirado hacia adelante con las armas, no es lo único importante en esta misión de extracción, ¿no? Nos está mostrando que hay otras modalidades, que nosotros podemos ir a apostar por el sigilo como estrategia para poder ir avanzando, pero que vamos a tener que ser un poquito hábiles al momento de tomar ciertas determinaciones.
Creating a choke point is a good idea to increase the arc mine's efficiency.
Eyes on hostile!
That's the way. Keep hunting.
That's the react threat sensor. Smasher incoming.
Detesto los smasher en este tipo de juegos.
Wow, that did it. Take out the leader. No leader for the Archies to follow.
Uchi.
Another objective completed. The squad can either exfil at the extraction point to bring home the latest intel, or move to the next airlock. The third subzone will be the most challenging yet, a true test of both tactical team strategy and operator reflexes.
Some Archeans are responding to an elite as if they're communicating. No way we'd let them mobilize against us. Hunt them down until the elite comes out of hiding.
Un bichito maguito que te vuelve invisibles a los otros bichos.
The elite will show up any second.
Enemy located! Eliminate my target! I'm compromised! Eyes on hostile! Operator down!
We have an operator in stasis.
An operator is now MIA.
I don't know if you can hear this, but we're mounting a rescue. Hang tight.
Movimos ese perdido todo superado, nuestro pobrecito.
You heard it. A rescue mission is underway. React still needs you.
Operators, it's time to unite and stand together against this emerging threat. Squad up with friends in co-op or step into the containment alone.
Stay tuned for more Rainbow Six extraction intel coming very soon.
If you think fighting aliens is tough, try learning guitar.
Well, that was a segue.
10 years ago, Rocksmith redefined music learning by introducing the first console game that taught millions how to play guitar.
El de Rainbow Six es que básicamente lo podemos jugar en campaña solo o lo podemos jugar en cooperativo. Claramente el cooperativo es 1000 veces
and
más
in the
divertido.
decades since its release, our community and its impact have only amplified.
This year, let's turn it up to 11 and see what's next for Rocksmith.
No hay fecha de estreno, pero dentro de poquito lo vamos a tener Rainbow Six. Para los amantes de la música, para quienes quieren aprender, o ya sea desde cero, quieren aprender algún tema nuevo que no sepan, Ubisoft nos presenta un nuevo sistema para poder aprender, básicamente, sin mucho rodeo, sin mucho agregado. Que te une con el resto de la comunidad de quienes quieren aprender. Me parece copado, me parece divertido. Ahí vemos un estilo muy Guitar Hero de lo que veíamos en el sistema. Aprende desde cero, divertite. Disfrutar de la música con este nuevo sistema que Ubisoft nos ofrece. La beta cerrada, todavía no tenemos fecha, al igual que el Rainbow Six.
I'm Arthur Von Nagel, producer at Ubisoft San Francisco, and Rocksmith has truly been a dream project for me. As a lifelong gamer and a touring musician, Rocksmith is what I wish I had when I started learning music. And that's why I'm thrilled to share
la realidad
the
es
next
que me
evolution
gusta
of music
muchísimo
learning.
esta
Rocksmith
nueva tecnología
Plus,
de
a
Ubisoft.
new
Tenemos al
interactive
desarrollador
music learning subscription service
del programa,
available
el
this year.
ideador
Learn
de
how to
todo
play
esto.
guitar and bass by playing along to master recordings of your favorite songs. Connect your instrument to your PC, console, or mobile device and get real-time feedback as you play. Connecting with Rocksmith Plus will be easier than ever now that you can use your phone as a microphone. Download the app, log in, sync to Rocksmith Plus, set it down, and play along. Now acoustic players and electric players with amps can use Rocksmith Plus with no extra gear needed. It's a game changer. And we're excited to reveal Rocksmith Plus will have a huge amount of songs at launch. All songs in the library will have chord charts that'll be perfect for rhythm players who want to learn the foundation of a song to hum and strum along to. We'll still have the note-for-note authentic arrangements for players that want to play songs exactly how the artists originally played them. And each week, we'll release a steady stream of new authentic arrangements to keep growing that portion of the library. We're also introducing the Rocksmith Workshop, a new tool that lets users create and add their own arrangements for songs we've licensed. Your subscription will give you access to all those songs, more content than ever before, including genres beyond rock. We'll have pop, hip-hop, country, Latin, R&B, all sorts of metal subgenres. We'll have music from all over the world, from big stars to indie darlings. It's the most diverse song library ever seen in music learning software. Rocksmith Plus will still have our proven practice features like adaptive difficulty and riff repeater, which let you practice and learn at your own pace, or slow down and repeat tricky parts until you master them. We've improved those features in Rocksmith Plus and are introducing new ones. Beginner and intermediate players will benefit from more personalized learning, thanks to an enhanced recommendation system and more robust progress tracking. Players won't just see their growth on a single song. They can now monitor their progress technique by technique across the board, and overall offer a better sense of how you're improving over time. Advanced players will be happy to know we're introducing a new Rocksmith tablet review. That way you could take advantage of Rocksmith Plus's song library and practice tools in a format that's familiar and one that will hone your tab reading skills. We're excited to announce that you can register for a chance to participate in our closed beta right after the show. Visit our website at rocksmith.com to get an early look at Rocksmith Plus and help us test and create the future of music learning. Thank you so much to the amazing
entrar en la
fans who have
página
enjoyed
oficial y
and
anotarse en la beta
supported
cerrada, es lo que
Rocksmith over the past 10
nos
years.
anuncian para poder
Let's
unirnos
jam
al
together with Rocksmith Plus
futuro
for
del
another 10.
aprendizaje de la música, de la guitarra.
Register now for a chance to play the Rocksmith Plus beta. Summer's coming, and nothing gets thrill seekers' blood flowing like bright sun and fresh trails.
Summer
And
is
Riders
coming.
Republic will give
Acá
them
es
just that.
Winter is coming.
Last year, you got a first look at our massive multiplayer outdoor sports extravaganza. Since then, the project's grown by jumps and grinds.
Earth Republic. Esto habíamos visto un poquito en la previa, nos había mostrado una simple cinemática.
Greetings, thrill seekers. This is the Riders Ridge, the Republic's stomping ground. From here, you can meet like-minded riders, manage your career, learn to nail those wild moves, stay stylish, share your creations with the Republic, stay on top of the latest news, and take up some ferocious multiplayer action like Free-for-All or Tricks Battle, our 6 versus 6 team competition. So, here's how it works. Performing big tricks on the modules will turn them from red to blue, and every trick that you stomp will contribute to your team's overall score. Still with me? Okay. When your team has turned all the modules blue, you capture that district, which will help multiply your score into the big time. Progress, progress, progress. To unlock more content, you gotta earn those stars. So, if you want to be the boss of your own career, the world's most famous competitions are waiting for you.
Tenés la posibilidad de hacer un 6 versus 6 en distintos desafíos de snowboard. El objetivo es que todos los obstáculos puedas conquistarlos y el primer equipo de 6 en cooperativo multijugador que logre conquistar todos los obstáculos es el ganador. Pues bueno, en individual podés conquistar la carretera en tu bicicleta. Seguimos viendo más desafíos de snowboard, que básicamente es un Tony Hawk's Pro Skate pero con snowboard.
Maybe you're all about living on the edge. Either way,
Está
to
copado.
progress, you gotta earn those stars.
No sé cómo se llama este deporte extremo o si tiene algún tipo de nombre, pero me hace acordar de las ardillas voladoras. Customización para el personaje y los elementos, ¿no?
All right, I get it. Sometimes you just want to explore and bathe in nature. That's right. Everything you do counts. Getting those stars means more rad to be had, and the Republic will abide. There's always something awesome to do as you reach new milestones and unlock more challenges. It's the Red Bull Joyride, people. It's infamous. It's spectacular. It's the biggest stage in slopestyle mountain biking. And guess what? You can play it versus your friends.
Riders Republic.
So much more. More stunts. More sports. More events. Just more, okay? And a natural outdoor playground for you and your friends to enjoy, any way that you want. When we say fun with everyone, we mean it. Look at all these riders. Does this speak to you? Then don't miss out on mass races. Woo! The Republic awaits you, Ryder. See you soon.
De septiembre es el lanzamiento, se pueden anotar ahora para poder acceder a las betas cerradas que se den.
Okay, so we've seen some of our favorite Rainbow Six operators battling alien parasites, but how's their day job going?
You know, ever since Crimson Heist, we're still trying to clear all those pesky Flores drones off the maps.
Year 6 is off to a blazing start, with Siege passing 200,000 concurrent players a few weeks ago. If you haven't joined in yet, 2021 is the perfect time to drop in.
Six years into our journey with Siege, we are humbled and grateful for the enthusiastic community that has supported this growth. So today is all about sharing quality of life developments that will dramatically improve player experience.
With the community growing every day, we've been hard at work finding ways to improve your ability to play with your friends and meet new players. On June 30th, we are unifying our PC and cloud-based platforms with crossplay and cross-progression. That means that any player on Amazon Luna, Stadia, or PC will be able to queue into games together while having a unified account progression.
And for console players, in early 2022, crossplay will be available between PlayStation and Xbox platform, and the cross-progression will be available between all platforms.
Llega el crossplay.
For these updates, we needed a bit more time in order to prepare and make sure they have a smooth launch.
Bringing these player bases together benefits everyone.
Esto es algo muy importante que tengan en cuenta todas las empresas, no solamente Ubisoft o los gigantes, ¿no? Porque hay grandes títulos y títulos muy divertidos que están en multiconsola y que no tienen crossplay. Y que estaría buenísimo que lo tengan, porque hoy en día es tanta la variedad de consolas, es tanta Nos pasa acá en Sudamérica, ¿no? Esto de que las consolas sean muy caras y es imposible por ahí tener una PlayStation 4, una Nintendo Switch, una Xbox Series. Entonces esto del crossplay nos ayuda muchísimo para quienes les gusta más jugar en PC o jugar en consola o lo que sea. Realmente es abrir las puertas a un mundo gigante y a una posibilidad enorme y más recaudación también, porque si alguien tiene un juego de Play que PC no juega porque no es crossplay, bueno, acá tenemos la posibilidad de incorporar gente también.
That symbol, what does it mean?
This jacket was my father's. Dagu Wankan, Wichachpi. The creator's star has many meanings. Love, wisdom, bravery.
Suits you.
Listen, I need to get this bird in the air. You try to get some rest.
You're the boss. What's happening?
Shh. Wait, that's it? What happened next?
Why don't you ask her yourself?
New projects aren't the only things to be excited about this year. Take a look at the incredible updates coming to our live games in 2021.
Bueno, meten una actualización para el For Honor. ¿Mejoraron la jugabilidad? Es la pregunta. Trackmania también. Las ninjas. EU2 también recibe su actualización. Crew. Algo que ya habíamos visto de Watch Dogs Legion Bloodline.
From the release of the Ghost experience to the latest teammate update, Ghost Recon Breakpoint keeps evolving thanks to your feedback. But that's not all. As 2021 marks the 20th anniversary of the Ghost Recon franchise, we are happy to announce that there are still many more surprises to come. Stay tuned, Ghosts.
Just Dance has always been about connecting with friends and family. When you're in good company, there are no bad dancers. So move the coffee table, alert the local homeowners association, and let's get loud.
Lo que ya esperábamos en la Games Awards del año pasado, que no estuvo, pero llega ahora.
Hello, my name is Todd Recall, and I'm a singer, dancer, actor,
El nuevo
director,
título
and
de
choreographer.
Just
I am
Dance.
super excited to announce that my song Nails, Hair, Hips, Heels is going to be a part of Just Dance 2022.
Face, eyes, thin waist, thick thighs, you, me, you, wish, new phone, who, this.
But that's not all. Oh no, for the first time ever, the Just Dance team and I are collaborating to give you an exclusive version of my song for Just Dance 2022.
Girl, I don't dance, I work. I don't play, I slay. I don't walk, I strut, 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 and then sashay.
To me, Just Dance allows people to express themselves through dance and to celebrate who they are and their individuality in such a fun way. Just Dance has transformed millions of lives, and I hope that this song brings you all so much joy, whether you're dancing alone or with a group, to work out, or just to have fun. It's going to be a great time, and I can assure you, you will not just play, you will absolutely slay. The new lyrics were handcrafted specifically for Just Dance, and let me tell you something, they're full of sass because, you know, they were written by yours truly, but I guarantee they are going to give people so much confidence. That's the reason why I wrote Nails, Hair, Hips, Heels, and now it's been Just Danceified. I don't think they're ready for this jelly. I hope you all have just as much fun dancing to this track as I had making it. Oh, and one last thing. You will have the opportunity to be a part of the making of my new video, which will be released alongside the new Just Dance track. For more information on how to participate, darling, just check the link below. We got you. I cannot wait to see you all living your best life and being the most fabulous you have ever been. I will see you all in Just Dance 2022.
Girl, I don't dance, I work. I don't play, I slay. I don't walk, I strut, 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 and then sashay. But I don't work for free. That's not the tea, hunty. So make it rain on me, and I might let you see.
Multiplataforma el 4 de noviembre.
Everybody on the floor. I want to see you work. Come on. Nails, hair, hair, that's all.
It's time to get our Viking on. It was a big year for the new chief of the Raven clan, but your journey with Eivor is far from over.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Para muchos uno de los mejores títulos de Assassin's Creed hasta el momento.
We released Assassin's Creed Valhalla. To our delight, it was the biggest launch for any Assassin's Creed game to date, and we have you to thank for that. Becoming Eivor, a Viking leader going on a quest to fight for a new home, is an adventure that resonated closely with many of you. I certainly had fun exploring England with Eivor and stumbling across unique world events that left me with memorable side stories.
Thank you, Eivor.
We're amazed to see how you dedicated yourselves to the Viking lifestyle. You've led more than 300 million raids in total, and built more than 100 million buildings in your settlements. Congrats. Eivor still has a long journey ahead, and we've been continuing to offer free updates for all players to enjoy post-launch. These updates include time-limited festivals, new quests, and even whole new game modes, such as the River Raids update and the Mastery Challenge.
Creo que agreguen contenido gratis para sumar a la experiencia de quienes juegan el título.
For instance, we'll be adding one-handed swords in the coming weeks. The team is also working hard at tackling issues and improving the game experience for everyone. We've been tracking various known issues on our forums, and also shared our complex bug-fixing process in a recent dev blog. We love seeing your continual feedback, and we thank you for your patience and support for the game. On top of regular free updates, we're also building on Eivor's story and the world of Assassin's Creed Valhalla through game expansions. Wrath of the Druids released a few weeks ago, allowing players to explore Ireland and battle a mysterious cult, the Children of Danu. In our second upcoming expansion, you'll get to relive the Siege of Paris. This is the most ambitious battle in Viking history, taking place in war-torn Francia. You'll have to do everything in your power to uncover enemy secrets and form strategic alliances in order to safeguard your clan's future. Players may be excited to learn that black box infiltration missions are returning. This means you're given a goal for a mission, but how you'll achieve it is up to you. Expect new abilities, weapons, gear, and of course, new enemies. Watch out for the Siege of Paris coming this summer. Assassin's Creed has long focused on the exploration of history, and we are happy to announce that the new Discovery Tour will be released this fall. It will be free to all who own Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Explore the world and take a deeper dive into the history of the Viking Age. The team has crafted a new experience where you'll get to play as people during the time of Vikings and follow them in their endeavors, big and small, while collecting exclusive rewards. Whether you're an Assassin's Creed fan with a heart for history or a student looking to supplement your knowledge, the Discovery Tour Viking Age will have you covered.
Este es un contenido agregado donde nosotros vamos a poder explorar el mundo sin necesidad de tener el típico estrés de andar peleando por ahí, andar cumpliendo la historia principal. Básicamente recorremos el mundo y descubrimos la edad de los vikingos.
Something tells me that Eivor is not done with Odin yet.
Se vendrá el Ragnarok.
So you've seen some great games from us, but we also have news about the movies and TV series we've been working on.
Our Ubisoft film and television team has some exclusive content to share. Up first is Mythic Quest, the workplace comedy set in a game development studio that's streaming on Apple TV+. If you haven't watched the second season yet, here's a look at what you've been missing before the upcoming season finale.
Why do you have goosebumps?
This is an involuntary reaction to
being inspired.
I was emotionally manipulated.
What's the difference?
Yay!
poco de lo que hablábamos al principio, ¿no? De la introducción de Ubisoft en el mundo del cine, las series y la TV.
She inspired us. She emotionally manipulated us. What's the difference?
Up next is an exclusive look at a new trailer for our feature-length movie, Werewolves Within. It's a whodunit with teeth that'll be coming to theaters June 25th and on demand July 2nd.
Hello, everyone. I am Josh Rubin, the director of Werewolves Within.
And I'm Sam Richardson, the star of Werewolves Within.
Werewolves Within was based off a Ubisoft game, and we're so excited to bring you an exclusive look just for you.
Check it out. Dr. Ellis?
I told you, she's probably tanked.
Touch this door again, I'll shoot. Again.
Dr. Ellis?
Hey, knock the damn off, please.
We need answers.
It didn't disappear.
What did you say? It didn't disappear. Shh. What?
It's not Emerson Flint. It's one of you.
What the hell is that supposed to mean? Okay, well, what did her eyeball say? Look, we don't understand. Could you please come out?
I'm afraid I can't do that, Ranger Wheeler. You could be one of them.
What is it? One of what? A what?
A werewolf.
The roads are effed. Something's wrong with the generator. Also, there's a dead body under your porch.
Yes!
I'm gonna go get a croissant.
Out of curiosity, who is packing? We having a good old-fashioned sleepover.
With guns, though.
With guns, yes.
Everybody's going, how the heck?
Not littering, I'm just excited.
Not judging, just watching it.
Follow Mythic Quest on Apple TV+. And be sure to catch Werewolves Within this summer, in theaters or on your on-demand platforms.
No hero story is complete without a great rival to match them. After all, even the most vile tyrant is a star of their own narrative.
When it comes to memorable villains, no one does it better than Far Cry.
El contenido prometido de Far Cry.
Please, we have to get on that boat.
Abuela, what the hell am I gonna do with baseball cards?
Do you have any idea what these are worth? Let us through.
Quiet. Marco, always making new friends.
Danny, you're late. Where's Alejo?
He gave up his ticket for his family.
Bullshit. Alejo is an orphan.
Alejo's not going anywhere anymore. Come on, Marco. Let them on.
Vamos.
Good man.
Get out of boxing now.
Gracias.
Don't worry about it, chamaco.
Here. It's all I've got.
This isn't right, Danny. We should be fighting, not running to the Yankees.
Alejo gave you a fucking gift, Lira. We survive. Same as the orphanage, same as the academy.
Echamos mientras vemos este tráiler de Far Cry 6 para mandarle un saludito tanto a Marian como a Lore, que nos están viendo desde el otro lado, que están prendidos al canal de Twitch. Muchas gracias por estar ahí. Muchas gracias también a todo el resto de los que están, que nos siguen o que ven este video más tarde porque les interesó, porque lo encontraron, porque les gustó, porque estaban buscando información. Acá está.
Before he was El Presidente, mi papa loved to fish. We would go out on a boat, just like this, and we would catch the fish, and then release them. He would say it's not always about your stomach, mijo.
Cuando Heisenberg.
It's about the challenge.
Oh,
Except
el Baby Yoda.
when he caught a big, fat, juicy marlin, he was too proud to let that fish go.
Si Tirano! You have poisoned Yana! You have poisoned your sword!
I've caught a very big fish today. Haven't I, Diego? Diego!
No way.
I have caught you, mijo. Now it's time to bring you home.
I don't want this anymore, Papa.
We have no choice.
Let them go. They can work. Make Viviro.
Truth or lies?
Truth.
They could be good workers. They could help rebuild paradise. But if you wanted them to live, you would have never set foot on this fucking boat. 13 years old. And Diego has such compassion for his people. These fish, we will catch and release.
Ay.
You've just seen another disturbing lesson from Anton Castillo, passed down to his son Diego as he grooms him to become the future ruler of Yara. The most important part of crafting a Far Cry villain isn't the fact that they're evil or shocking. It's that there's someone that could sit across from you at the dinner table and charm you into thinking that everything they believe, no matter how twisted or horrifying, could be absolutely true. That's the secret to Anton's power, and we couldn't be prouder to have him join the Far Cry family. Now, when creating Anton, we had quite a lot to live up to. Because when you think Far Cry, you think about its rich legacy of villains. Which makes today a very special day for Far Cry fans. Not only did we get to see into the mind of Anton Castillo, we finally get to unveil some of our post-launch plans. Our dream was to honor the Far Cry villain's tradition and introduce a brand new experience. It is time to see the other side, go further down the rabbit hole, and it's up to you to find a way out.
What is going on? Who's watching?
My, what a happy family. RJ, tell your mother and sister to...
You are alive. That is all that matters.
What the fuck? Peekaboo, motherfucker. Where the fuck am I?
I too am a king who isn't afraid to slaughter to get what he wants. In my way!
Is this a test? A dream? An opportunity? Then I will not waste it. Beyond salvation. Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
We're so excited for you all to check out this next game.
Oof, Neelam, I can't wait to get my hands on this one.
We are now approaching our destination.
Right, qué bien. Qué turbio esto.
Vast energy anomaly detected.
Los Raids es un buen título. Hay con qué dar.
The whole team is super proud of this new game, and I can't wait for you to experience it.
It's fair to say that we did something quite surprising with the concept of Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. And for this project, we didn't want to stop there.
Hi everyone, Mario and the Rabbids are back. And I'm so excited to be back as well today to unveil our new project, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. We are diving back into this unique crossover with even bigger ambition, expanding our universe on a major scale. This time it's not just the Mushroom Kingdom, there is an entire galaxy to save. To do so, you will lead a brave yet reckless team of unique heroes, including some fresh faces like Rabbids Rosalina and other surprises. On their quest to repel evil across the galaxy, their spaceship will bring them from planet to planet. They will be facing a powerful villain, Cursa, an enemy unlike anything our heroes encountered before. But they won't be alone. By their side, they will have their new allies, the Sparks. These surprising creatures, born from the merge of Rabbids and Lumas, will lend their wild powers to our heroes. Their natures and origin are at the core of our story. But let's keep some surprises for later.
After the tremendous success of Mario + Rabbids Kingdom Battle, the entire team was moved by the amazing reception from players across the world. We were stunned by the love we felt for this unexpected team-up. We know we've been off the radar for a while now, as we wanted to take the time needed to bring this crossover to the next level. It's not just a new story with new enemies, new heroes. Mario + Rabbids Sparks of Hope has big ambitions. It introduces new action elements into the mix that will push the boundaries of tactical games even further. That being said, we also wish to offer an easy-to-play experience for all players, yet hard to master for those of you that are willing to take the challenge. And you'll be able to experience this cosmic adventure exclusively on the Nintendo Switch. We can't wait to tell you more about the game soon.
There is an entire galaxy to save, and we cannot wait for you to experience it.
Un poquito de lo que es pre-alfa. El gameplay. Es excelente. El villano parece como que sacó el tigre que hay en él. Que esperar hasta el año que viene, pero valdrá la pena la espera.
So we're not done yet. Let's check in with our CEO, Yves Guillemot.
Hi everyone. As you have seen, we have a fantastic and diverse lineup of games coming soon. And this is just the beginning. Thanks to all the teams at Ubisoft for what they achieved and for always striving to deliver the best possible game experiences. I'm humbled by their resilience, energy, and collaboration, especially during what has been a challenging year. I'm also proud of our industry's ability to bring together millions of players from around the world to share memorable experiences and moments of joy. This is one of the real powers of video games, and it is what motivates everyone at Ubisoft to do our best. Finally, my sincere thanks to you, the players. We appreciate the trust you place in us. Your involvement in our games communities keeps them growing and vibrant. We want to create original, enriching, long-lasting game worlds. And your contributions, feedback, and support make it possible. We also are proud that some of the biggest names in entertainment trust our creative teams to develop games within their universes. For example, you just saw Mario + Rabbids Sparks of Hope, developed in collaboration with Nintendo, where everyone's favorite Mario and Rabbids characters return for an all-new adventure. And speaking of great partnerships, there is one more exciting thing we would like to show you today. It is a glimpse of the amazing journey that awaits you in one of the most beautiful but dangerous places of all, brought to life by the latest version of our Snowdrop engine. I'm excited to share this first look with you now. Enjoy!
No. Esto se venía hablando hace mucho, pero no teníamos novedades. Pero como decía el CEO, es la cúspide de la experiencia de juego de Ubisoft. Veníamos esperando. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series y PC. El año que viene tenemos lo que veníamos esperando, el juego de Avatar. Gracias, gracias Ubisoft, gracias.
You understand now. You and I are gonna tear shit up! Begin the replay!
That is crazy.
Awesome.
Like I said, man.
Un perrito.
Thanks to Eve and all the devs that joined us to share what's new with Ubisoft.
Today, we battled some Archeans in Rainbow Six Extraction, learned some new songs in Rocksmith, got an adrenaline rush from Riders Republic, lit up the dance floor in Just Dance 2022, visited new shores in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, witnessed a chilling confrontation in Far Cry 6, and teamed up with our favorite man in overalls in Mario plus Rabbids.
Don't go anywhere. There's still more to come in the post-show.
Bye, y'all.
Acá tuvimos el vivo de Ubisoft. Quería copiar un poquito el acento de los muchachos, pero no me salió. Bueno, espero que les haya gustado, espero igualmente que se queden del otro lado porque todavía hay más, nos queda todavía 2 vivos en el día de hoy, Devolver Digital a partir de las 17:30 y a las 18 Gearbox
Welcome
Entertainment.
to IGN's E3 Ubisoft Forward reaction show. I'm Brian Altano. This is IGN Summer of Gaming E3 coverage, and here to help me break down everything we just Ubisoft are Lucy O'Brien, Max Scoville, and Mark Medina. Welcome back, friend. I see you.
What happened to Max?
Max,
I'm on the frontiers of Pandora.
On brand.
Max got terribly sick during that show. Remember, you can find all of our Summer of Gaming coverage pretty much everywhere on IGN, YouTube, across social media, even on your smart TV. And for even more, check out E3's online portal featuring virtual booths, articles, videos, and more. Also, want to give a shout out to Jada in the chat. If you're in the chat, go show some love to Jada. Okay, in just a few minutes, we have an interview with the developers behind Mario and Rabbids Spark of Hope, one of the biggest surprises of the show today. But even bigger than that is Max Scoville dressed up as Nithrithriu, one of the famous characters you all remember from 2001, maybe 2011's biggest movie, Avatar: Redemption of the Cat. He's back.
They're
Max,
making an Avatar game. They're actually doing it. Dude, I honestly didn't think this was going to happen. I thought they were going to cancel this or something. This is wild. I mean, I guess they're on track to actually put that freaking movie out next year. And there's going to be a game to go with it, which, if you think about it, we have no idea what kind of game this is exactly. I'm guessing it's going to be one of those kind of persistent games as a service division type things because A, Ubisoft loves that, but
right.
B, if you're going to be dropping a new movie sequel every 2 years, that actually really supports that model. You know, you're like, oh, get the exclusive skin of the new villain from Avatar 4 by logging into your, whatever account. But yeah, I mean, it looks gorgeous. They're showing off new Snowdrop footage. It's obviously, it's a next-gen Ubisoft gameplay demo like we always get, and which never, the final finished product never looks quite as good. But, it's a cool proof of concept. Like, so it's easy to crap on Avatar. Like, everyone does it, it's because it's a weird movie about cats with ponytails who, like, ride these weird seahorse things. And it came out, when we were still in college or whatever. But
I think we should go easy on the highest grossing movie of all time.
Yeah, stop bullying that monolithic entity. No, it is, like, all jokes aside, like, one thing about it is that it is extremely video gamey. Like, it is, you say like a movie is like toyetic. I feel like in this case, like, it is so built to be an open world game. Like, there's all these weird ass animals running around, and then there's bad guys who have mech suits and different weapons and helicopters, and you can also hijack a pterodactyl. Like, if they just if they like reskinned a Far Cry with giant cat people and mech suits, I'd be kind of into that. But I'm guessing they're going to be doing something a little more ambitious than that. But we haven't seen anything more than like set photos and maybe concept art from the Avatar sequels, which is kind of crazy considering how often, everything leaks. So this is kind of cool to just see signs of life at the very least.
Max, which of your favorite, specifically by name, characters from the Avatar film do you want to see in this game?
I hope the tree is back. I love that big tree that they all go inside and hold hands or whatever they do.
Didn't they burn it down?
I hope this is a prequel and the tree is still alive, that they haven't burned it down yet.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, and it's also going to have mechs and robots, which is great. You're right. It does have a lot of video game stuff in it. You know what? I'll give this game a chance in 2048 when this comes out and I'm 190 years old. I will play the Avatar video game Frontiers of Pandora. It's going to be a really good time. In the meantime, between now and 2022, we will have another game to play. That is Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. It was leaked earlier this morning by Nintendo themselves. You are still looking at a little bit of Avatar stuff right now, but we will check out some more gameplay in just a second. Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope is the sequel to 2017's, one of the best-selling games on Switch. It's one of the only times we've ever seen really Nintendo sort of relinquish the reins of what other the studios were allowed to do with the Mario franchise and licenses. They let them have guns. And this is interesting because this one is actually going into space. It's going after the sort of like Super Mario Galaxy aesthetic. We've got the Lumas here in bizarre handmade sandbag form, and then in Rabbid form, which is very, very scary. This one seems to be opening up a lot in terms of gameplay. You'll be able to sort of like travel planetarily. And also it doesn't seem like it's as grid based. when it popped into some gameplay, it seems a little bit more opened up, a little more open-ended. So I'm wondering if they're moving away from the sort of like kind of specific locked-in strategy approach to make something that's a little more action-oriented. What do you guys think about this?
I hope not. Like,
Yeah.
I loved the grid sort of gameplay. I mean, I was not a big XCOM person, and this was kind of my introduction to the XCOM style of gameplay. It was extremely accessible.
strategy in a different kind of way. You know, there's an old PS2 game called Ark the Lad where it kind of was like this, where you kind of had this free circle to move around, and everybody's weapons had this like set way that they would hit, right? And so you see in the footage, you see her throw her boomerang and it hits, you know, two different people. So instead of it being this like, oh, I'm behind cover, so you have a chance to hit me or a chance to not, it's going to be more about like moving and trying to find the perfect place to stand to maximize how well your weapon kind of goes. Because I bet, you know, they're not showing it, but I bet you're going to see like a line come out of her. And so that's where you're going to try to position yourself to try to do as much damage as you can, versus just everything being a numbers game. I actually see this as a bit more, you know, the other one is the first game gets very, very hard.
Yeah,
it gets very
it does.
hard, just like XCOM does. And so I see this as a little bit more approachable. I also noticed that when they're running around, that's more in 3D, where in the first game, even outside of the battles, it was still very top down, and you were basically still more or less on a grid. This looks more 3D behind the person, kind of run around it. I loved everything I saw. As someone who loved the first game, this game looks awesome.
You know, like on paper, it's funny. The first game leaked as well before of its ahead of its reveal, and everyone was like, you know, kind of scoffed at it. But it was super fun. It was an awesome game, and the sequel looks even better. Mark, tell me about Rainbow Six Extraction. Is this what players want with the Rainbow Six franchise? This seems like an interesting new take.
It definitely seems like it's something that. It seems like a game mode to me, and apparently it was a game mode back a few years ago, and they were like, "Hey, we're just gonna make a whole game about this." I don't know if it's for Rainbow Six Siege players. I think it's more for people who have thought, "Hey, Rainbow Six Siege looks cool, but I would just get trounced," and so now I'm playing against, you know, basically bots when it comes to the aliens. I think it could be a draw to try to get people like me in. I don't know if I don't know. It looks cool, but I don't know if it's something I would want. I'm more of a Left 4 Dead kind of, you know, Back 4 Blood, like let's just kill some aliens. And this is very like destructible environments and planning and putting cameras in. And
it's a weird move, right? Because like I feel like people who love Rainbow Six Siege are still playing it after 6 years, and they're continuing to support it. And then people who would, you know, perk up their, you know, eyebrows or whatever, would, you know, why not just make a new IP entirely? Like Ubisoft is clearly putting a lot of eggs in their Tom Clancy basket, but like, I don't know. This is an odd choice. It doesn't look particularly terrible, but it also doesn't look, you know, it doesn't look, you know, mind blowing or anything. It's definitely one of those like, who is this for kind of products.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree with all of you. We are excited to keep talking about all things Ubisoft, and we've got a deep dive into Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Home. We are actually talking to the developers about that. But before we do, we're going to take a very quick break, so stick around because more Summer of Gaming will continue on right after this.
IGN Summer of Gaming 2021 is presented by USAA Insurance and Army National Guard. Pursue multiple paths while you serve. Reach your greatest potential with Army National Guard. And by the Amazon original movie, The Tomorrow War, exclusively on Prime Video July 2nd. And powered by Duracell Optimum, the official battery sponsor of Summer of Gaming 2021.
Not only is IGN the world's biggest media brand for games and entertainment, but we also have a team of some of the world's biggest fans of your favorite franchises. From breaking news and exclusives, never-before-seen looks at movies and games, to reviews, let's plays, and live streams, IGN brings you all the coverage you need, no matter where you are. Whether you're on IGN.com, the IGN app, YouTube, Facebook, or Snapchat, we've always got you covered. IGN, the #1 source for all games and entertainment fans worldwide.
Everybody loves watching a speedrun of their favorite game, but what if you got a chance to peek into the mind of the developers behind those games as they watch their hard work get completely destroyed right in front of them?
What is happening right now?
That's exactly what happens on every episode of Devs React to Speedruns. We invite you to ride along with the developers as they watch, react, and enjoy some of the craziest gameplay by the most skilled speedrunners on the planet. Tune in every Saturday for a brand new episode.
In a world with non-stop news about Marvel, DC, Star Wars, you need a show with accurate reporting, hard-hitting commentary, and
me, Akeem Lawanson, host of IGN's news show, The Fix Entertainment. Whether it's the latest superhero scoop, film fiasco, or anime announcement, I'll be here covering all the breaking movie, TV, and streaming news that matters most to you. Make sure to catch The Fix Entertainment on IGN for your fix of entertainment news. Let's drop it.
And welcome back, everyone. We're still here in the afterglow of the Ubisoft Forward event, so let's get right back into it. Max is no longer blue. He cured his disease. Tons of new reveals happened today for details of games that we knew about and some new stuff that we want to talk about right now. Max, tell me about Riders Republic, and please don't turn into like a bicycle or anything.
I was going to put on my cool dirt bike hat and do some stunts. No, so we saw this revealed a while ago. I think it was originally slated to be released earlier this year, but that sometimes just doesn't happen. This looks like a way more fun version of Steep. It's basically it seems like something between The Crew and Steep and Trials kind of all mashed together. And I just love how sort of celebratory and wacky it is. You've got apparently first person downhill mountain biking, and just it looks like they've definitely taken that sort of big open world formula and made it into like more of a social space, which is interesting. I mean, this looks like the sort of peripheral stuff that gets added to Fortnite here and there, where they're occasionally like, oh, we've added new go-karts or whatever, but that's the entire premise of this game, which I'm into. Like, it definitely has some Far Cry in it even, it's just very like over the top, and it's got those Just Dance animal costumes. This looks like the most Ubisoft game ever made, and weirdly, I'm kind of into that.
It reminds me of the Wii Motion Plus like pack-in titles where they just drop a ton of people on an island and they're like, have fun, and you're like, all right.
Mark, that is damning praise.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Ubisoft's Woohoo Island, basically. I think that like what they're doing here is really interesting in terms of sort of kit bashing a bunch of different ideas together. We've seen them do this with The Crew, where they go like, hey, if you like vehicles, you'll love this. But this seems a little bit more focused, but also has that kind of, Ubisoft chaos that I think we like. I say I think we like because I don't know if there's like anything here that like screams you'll love this, but it's just enough little ingredients coming together that it could be super fun.
It kind of reminds me of Steep, It reminds me of like a more accessible version. Steep is like super hardcore, right? But it's winter sports and you can kind of do whatever. And it's like, this seems like a more cartoony kind of more accessible version.
The word you're looking for is fun. It looks more fun than Steep.
I'll be the one to say it. This game needs blood and tons of it. They can't have this many people crashing down the mountain wearing animal costumes without them exploding.
Piles, puddles,
hoses full of blood. We need piles, puddles. I'll pay extra money for it. I'm just saying.
I want them to turn loose a bunch of wild animals in here.
100%.
Like they clearly have a bunch of like digital panthers and bears and crap laying around. They should just do like for an event, be like, guess what, everybody? You're going to have to snowboard away from Yetis now. And we're like, oh no, it's ski free all over again. Here we go.
That's when the servers get shut down. They're like, all right, guys, just pull all the levers, unleash animals onto the island.
Lucy, you spend what I imagine to be a lot of time in the sort of afterglow of, you know, a happy hour from home while chipping away at hobbies and a bottle. Tell me about Rocksmith. Tell me about Rocksmith Plus.
And like a more accurate sentence about my personality has never been spoken. It's true. I have tried to play the guitar for about, I would say about 20 years at this point. Not to, you know, reveal how old I am.
21. You're 21.
I'm 21. 20. I'm 21. I tried to learn very early. But look, you know, sort of Rocksmith was hit the scene at the very sort of tail end of the big plastic instrument boom, right?
Yes.
And it was its whole sort of mission statement seemed to be less about like just, you know, pressing buttons on a plastic instrument and more about sort of teaching you to play the guitar. And then it sort of kind of, you know, like flitted off into oblivion as all of those games sort of did. But what I love is how they've pivoted it. I mean, they've reimagined the whole platform. Yes, it is a subscription service, but if you want to learn to play the guitar, this seems extremely accessible to me. Again, have not tested it, but this seems like extremely accessible. I mean, you can create your own arrangements. It seems very personalized, and it seems like it's a very good sort of tutorial app for people who are trying to learn to play the guitar.
Yeah.
And, you know, for those of us who have struggled for so many years, such as myself, it looks really accessible. It looks really fun. And it just looks like that nice middle ground between like the plastic instrument boom and actually just like, and sort of YouTube, you know, the scattershot YouTube model of like teaching, you know, learning to play an instrument through YouTube videos. I just think this seems really cool. It seems like you can really tweak it to your own sort of skill level. And, you know, watch this space. Like next time we have a chat about this, maybe I'll be able to play. I mean, what are the songs that I've tried to play throughout the years? So many. Let's not even get into it. But like, I love this. I really think it's very cool.
Yeah, I can actually officially confirm that when we do the show a year from now, you will do it entirely in song form with an acoustic guitar surrounded by candles. It's going to be like unplugged. It's going to be amazing. Lucy's going to do it. Lucy, I believe in you.
It's my dream. It's my dream, Altano.
Mark, a brand new open world, endlessly fun Assassin's Creed game was announced today. Just kidding. No, it wasn't. They are actually expanding on Valhalla for longer than they have any Assassin's Creed game prior. Tell me about what's coming new to Assassin's Creed, the old game from last year.
Yeah, so they started that whole thing saying that Assassin's Creed Valhalla was you know the best received Assassin's Creed ever, and so it's like it's you know, they had said a few years ago that they didn't want to annualize Assassin's Creed anymore. They wanted, you know, to take a break. And then, you know, Odyssey came out and then nothing. And then Valhalla was huge. And so you kind of, you know, we're all kind of left wondering, so are we already going to get another Assassin's Creed this year? And it seems like 100% no, where they're going to just keep expanding on Valhalla, maybe even into next year. You know, we got the Wrath of the Druids, and then there's still more DLC, and now there's even more, and then apparently we're going to hell with a possible Ragnarok tie-in. Yeah, this is just a game that they can just kind of build on for a long time, and if a lot of people are playing it, then I guess that's fine. You know, it is the age of the Viking right now.
Right. It's bizarre to me that this is their biggest Assassin's Creed game yet. Probably one of the biggest Ubisoft games ever made. I went on like howlongtocomplete.com or whatever, how long to beat. And it's like 120 something hours to 100% this game. So this was never short on content, but for the people that loved it, which, you know, it sold really well. People really connected with this game. It's going to keep giving, which is kind of amazing. They also have this sort of museum mode that has sort of become synonymous with these games at this point, where you can kind of poke around and learn. I'm less about that. I don't like to learn.
So we recently heard that like Ubisoft is pivoting from like making single player adventures to doing more like games as a service, or like, you know, whatever you call it, like the, you know, ongoing support for existing games. And if this is how they're approaching it, I'm kind of into that. Like my first thought is they want to make every game into the Division, but if they're going to just sort of have longer tails for, you know, DLC and more content dropped in a big game like this, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm totally with you.
I think it could be cool. I think you do eventually start to see diminishing returns, right? Like they can only show the Assassin's Creed Valhalla logo so many times before you're just kind of like, all right, I'm ready for a new Assassin's Creed. Like,
Yeah.
you know, that to get that hype back up, you know, like Watch Dogs Legion has DLC still coming out, but if they all of a sudden were like Watch Dogs 3, that's what gets it back into the conversation. So I think this is cool to kind of like, you know, they built this huge world, let's now build upon it. But I'm interested to see how long something like that lasts before they're like, all right, we have to show something new.
Yeah, it's a tough line to walk. You know, you want to sell new copies of a game that's a hit, but also, you know, how do you service the fans that have been there for a while? That's kind of Ubisoft's whole thing right now. There is, of course, even more to discuss out of this Ubisoft event. We're going to take a very quick break, and then we're going to come back and, you guessed it, do just that. Join us, won't you? Because IGN Summer of Gaming continues with more E3 coverage right after this.
IGN Summer of Gaming 2021 is presented by Army National Guard. Pursue multiple paths while you serve. Reach your greatest potential with Army National Guard. And by the Amazon original movie, The Tomorrow War. Exclusively on Prime Video July 2nd. And powered by Duracell Optimum, the official battery sponsor of Summer of Gaming 2021. And presented by USAA Insurance.
Not only is IGN the world's biggest media brand for games and entertainment, but we also have a team of some of the world's biggest fans of your favorite franchises. From breaking news and exclusives, never-before-seen looks at movies and games, to reviews, let's plays, and live streams, IGN brings you all the coverage you need, no matter where you are. Whether you're on IGN.com, the IGN app, YouTube, Facebook, or Snapchat, we've always got you covered. IGN, the #1 source for all games and entertainment fans worldwide.
In a world with non-stop news about Marvel, DC, Star Wars, you need a show with accurate reporting, hard-hitting commentary, and
me, Akeem Lawanson, host of IGN's news show, The Fix Entertainment. Whether it's the latest superhero scoop, film fiasco, or anime announcement, I'll be here covering all the breaking movie, TV, and streaming news that matters most to you. Make sure to catch The Fix Entertainment on IGN for your fix of entertainment news. Let's drop it.
If you're not following IGN on social media, what are you waiting for? We're constantly updating our feeds to bring you the latest news, gameplay, custom original content, the best user-generated videos and art, memes, and a whole lot more. Be part of the conversation throughout the year. Follow IGN on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and Snapchat.
What's up everyone, Sydney here to bring you a little update about the future of IGN on YouTube. We've been listening to your feedback and it seems like some of you are more into games while others are more interested in movies and TV. So we got to thinking about it and decided, why not both? Our main channel will still bring you all the biggest news, reviews, previews, and trailers to keep you up to speed on the most important highlights. But if you only want games content 24/7, head over to IGN Games. Movies and TV more your thing? Check out IGN Movies and TV. More channels, more of the stuff you love, more IGN.
Welcome back. I told you that break would be short. I didn't lie. We're back to wrap up our Ubisoft post show. Before we go, we have some other stuff to talk about. We didn't get to Far Cry 6 yet. I do want to talk about Far Cry 6. I'm tremendously excited for it. First of all, Giancarlo Esposito is one of the best actors in TV history. I'm very, very excited to see him joining the ranks of Far Cry villains. We also got some details today about the sort of season annual pass thing. It seems like a whole bunch of villains are coming to this game. But for now, let's talk about Far Cry 6, what it's bringing to the table. Are you guys excited for this? Because I cannot wait.
I'm extremely excited, but I do think that, you know, the sort of the main celebration here of Far Cry 6 was that season pass. I mean, like, you know, the playable villains as post-launch DLC is so exciting because Far Cry in the last several years, you know, the selling point has been these evil villains and these villains played with such, you know, authenticity and charisma. And I'm really intrigued to find out what sort of playing as these villains mean and how interesting that will actually be. And of course, there's the Blood Dragon, that comes, like playing Blood Dragon comes with the season pass as well, which is fantastic. I just feel like this is Ubisoft leaning into all of the best parts of Far Cry in the last several years. You know what I mean?
Which is super cool because it's not really the most like cohesive franchise, right? Like all the games sort of exist in a vacuum. Yeah, they're not really connected narratively or anything like that. But there are highlights when you think back in the lineage of this series, and a lot of the villains, a lot of the locations, a lot of the key moments and craziness and blood dragons are really all part of it. So I'm really happy that they're taking all of that and celebrating it.
We didn't get a mention of this, but it was just revealed on the Netflix Geeked Week that they're doing an animated series set in the Blood Dragon universe, and it's Adi Shankar who did the Castlevania series, and it looks it's called like Captain Laserhawk, which I mean they announced a bunch of stuff, not just games during the show. I'm surprised they didn't have a little name drop of that, but yeah, I mean, I'm stoked to see more Voss. Like, I think Far Cry 3 is the best, and I'm excited to kill Jason Brody in a way other than just wingsuiting into the side of a cliff, which is something I did a lot.
There was a theory that Giancarlo Esposito's character in this game, his son, was a young Voss. The writers kind of nixed that recently in some interviews, but it is cool to see the Voss connection still happen here. This is obviously, Far Cry 6 is moving back to the sort of tropical location. The Cuba environment is creating a lot of really interesting stuff in terms of like kit bashed weaponry and sort of like found objects that are turned into vehicles and jetpacks and all this other fun stuff. It's scrappy and also tropical and beautiful. Like there's a lot of really cool stuff tonally happening in this game, and I think that they're really just leaning into how zany and fun it can be without going too hard on the serious side, although I think we'll see some of that as well.
Yeah, this whole like sequence here is, it's not really a trailer, it's more of a cutscene from it.
Right.
Yeah, it's terrifying. Giancarlo Esposito is terrifying when he gets angry. And it's Far Cry is definitely like the series I think of when you think of like memorable villains, right? Like obviously we're getting DLC where they're showing just the villains, and to me that's the highlight of every single game, And so it's like he is just going to be up there as one of like the best villains in the series. Like he's incredible, and this whole scene is super chilling, and I can't wait to see like more of him, because it's kind of one of those things where the games start very villain heavy and then you don't hear about them for a long time. So I hope he's peppered in more than we've seen in the past.
I'm also really stoked that they're bringing back voiced protagonists.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's gotten to a point now where the mute protagonist in a Far Cry game just doesn't make a whole lot of narrative sense. Like we're coming up to a sort of like a ludo, I hate this term, like a ludo narrative dissonance. Like it's just like, okay, you're just going to be silent this whole time. And I love the fact that we've actually got like a character to play off now.
Right. No, I mean, to make an entire game from the perspective of like a GoPro, basically, and have you go through all this extreme stuff is interesting to a point, but like putting a personality behind that, or multiple personalities behind it, because now you can choose the gender of your characters, is super, super cool. I actually got to talk to the developers of the game and the writers of this game. We will have that video up on IGN in a little while, so look forward to that. In the meantime, I do want to cover off on some stuff that didn't happen today, some stuff that I think was kind of missing. Obviously, there's a lot of sort of ideas and concepts kicking around at Ubisoft right now. One of the big ones is a game that we've been looking forward to forever. We got some news about an anime the other day, Splinter Cell. Where the hell was Splinter Cell? Where is this game? Why have we not heard anything about it? It's been 8 years since the last Splinter Cell game. It's been a really, really long time, and that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, I mean, the sort of the September last year, it was announced that a virtual reality version of like a VR version would be coming out onto the Oculus, along with an Assassin's Creed game developed by Red Storm. Nothing. I'm still surprised. Just like nothing. I mean, like again, with all the sort of emphasis behind the series and all that sort of thing, like it feels like it's still very much an alive property.
Yeah.
So to hear nothing is very weird to me.
Well, they keep putting Sam Fisher in other games.
Right.
That's exactly it, right, Mark? Like it's like it's not just that they forgot about this character. That'd be one thing, if you're like, oh, this is a character they don't care about anymore. They're moving on past it. But they keep kind of throwing a little bit of salt in the wound by being like, oh, we remember Sam Fisher. We just don't remember him in the places you want to remember him in.
Right.
On top of that, there was also another missing game here, which has now gone several E3s in a row since we first found out about it. Beyond Good and Evil 2, the original one was one of my favorite games on GameCube. It was awesome. Seeing it rebooted in like this sort of gritty, vaguely realistic style with horrible hairy pigmen a few years ago was exactly what I wanted to see. That E3 demo was amazing, incredibly ambitious, totally over the top, still gone. Still not here. This is obviously one of those games where I feel like they scoped it bigger than it needs to be. I was saying in the pre-show, I would love for this to just be like a single player, story-driven game. And I have a feeling they want to make it this, whole big games as a service thing to justify the cost of the engine and all that fun stuff. I would rather just the game just comes out. I don't know how you all feel about this.
Yeah, I don't see this. I don't see this ever coming out.
you go
This is like, it seems like, again, super ambitious. Michel Ancel, who was behind it, is no longer at Ubisoft. He, I think, now runs like an animal sanctuary or something. This is, I mean, what they showed off made it look like they were sort of setting up to build sort of a next gen, Destiny, like almost a little bit of No Man's Sky in there, of just this massive. I mean, to create an entire galaxy is a bit of an undertaking, which is weird because again, it stems from like a fairly straightforward. Single player adventure from a long time ago at this point. We've seen there was the earlier tech demo prior to the one that was shown at E3, which I think it leaked a while back. It's like, I feel like this is just constantly going to be, they're going to be cooking it up and it's never going to come out. And if it does, it's going to be kind of one of those, come and gone. It's a bummer because it looks really, really cool, but not even a mention of it doesn't make me really have the most faith in this.
Now, Max,
I agree, and I just sort of feel like it's the original Beyond Good and Evil was not a commercial success. Its sort of DNA is like completely opposite to what Ubisoft's whole vision of its company is these days.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no idea where they're going to go with it. I'm unsurprised that it wasn't here, although I'm disappointed, and I agree with Max. I just don't know if we're going to see it.
Yeah, it makes me wonder if it's just one of those things where I don't know anything about the franchise. I never played the original. And so seeing that trailer 3 years ago, I know that like it hit a lot of people really hard. They were very excited to see it. I felt nothing. I was just straight faced. And so it makes me wonder if I'm not alone, if I'm actually more common than you would think. And, they kind of tested the waters. They put out this thing. They put the creators on the stage and then they kind of poke around and they're like, okay, this actually is. There are certain people that I could also be very wrong, but it's very strange to like stealth cancel this game, which seems like to be happening. I don't know. It's very strange.
Well, the first game was a sleeper hit, so we'll see if the second game ever comes out. Hopefully it'll be like an actual hit, but that's years from now, potentially. There's also Division, Star Wars, lots of, irons in the fire for Ubisoft. But for now, that is all the summer in our picnic baskets for today. Thank you so much for joining us. IGN Summer of Gaming continues with tons more exciting E3 coverage, like the Gearbox stream coming up in just a few minutes, and also showcases from Xbox and Bethesda, Square Enix tomorrow, and beyond. So much awesome stuff. For all things Summer of Gaming, including a full schedule, you can find our coverage everywhere at IGN.com, on YouTube, social media, and even additional content on E3's online portal featuring virtual booths, articles, videos, and more. To my cast right here with me, to the production crew, to all the people watching, thank you so much. Stick around because IGN will be back with more right after this.
IGN Summer of Gaming 2021 is powered by Duracell, the official battery sponsor of Summer of Gaming 2021, and presented by USAA Insurance and Army National Guard. Pursue multiple paths while you serve. Reach your greatest potential with Army National Guard. And by the Amazon original movie, The Tomorrow War, exclusively on Prime Video July 2nd.
If you're not following IGN on social media, what are you waiting for? We're constantly updating our feeds to bring you the latest news, gameplay, custom original content, the best user-generated videos and art, memes, and a whole lot more. Be part of the conversation throughout the year. Follow IGN on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and Snapchat.
a world with non-stop news about Marvel, DC, Star Wars, you need a show with accurate reporting, hard-hitting commentary, and
Me, Akeem Lawanson, host of IGN's news show, The Fix Entertainment. Whether it's the latest superhero scoop, film fiasco, or anime announcement, I'll be here covering all the breaking movie, TV, and streaming news that matters most to you. Make sure to catch The Fix Entertainment on IGN for your fix of entertainment news. Let's drop it.
Competition brings out the best in all of us. Well, mostly.
Oh, that's a controller break.
That's unfortunate. Welcome to IGN Compete, where we bring you the stories behind the esports headlines.
Reigning world champions!
From the triumphs
Farrell takes the game
to the hardships
It's not heavy.
to the miracle moments that will go down in history.
I just can't believe it!
It's crazy. It's all here on IGN Compete.
God, I'm in disbelief!
Yo, welcome back. I told you that break would be short. We are back to wrap up our Ubisoft post show, but before we go, we have something very special for you, an interview with the amazing developers behind Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Let's check out a deep dive of this awesome new game. Let's take a look.
Tom Marks from IGN here with Xavier and David from Ubisoft to talk about Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, newly announced. Thank you so much for joining us. This is a very exciting announcement. I was a huge fan of the first game, and obviously that first game was, it felt like sort of something special that it existed at all, right? Nintendo trusting an outside third-party developer like that with Mario seemed like a very big deal at the time. So first off, I just want to ask, did you ever imagine when you were making the first that you guys would be able to make a sequel? And how does it feel to be trusted with Mario again like this?
Yes, it's been such an adventure. We started in 2014. I don't think we ever thought where we would be today. It's incredible because it was just, the whole thing, it was an accomplishment. When we started to think about this, it was crazy, it was weird, it was also unexpected from the genre and what we did with the franchises and the work we did with Nintendo. And when we see the amount of players today, and everybody is super excited, loved what we did in the past, yeah, it's incredible. It just proved that novelty, creativity, weirdness, all of these can be truly linked to success, and we're very proud of that. And so now we want to expand, and we have so much to say still. So very, very excited.
David, obviously, I think everyone remembers that sort of iconic 2017 announcement, right? The reveal of the original thing, seeing Miyamoto on stage and kind of how emotional that was. Is it a great feeling as well, just to not only know that like Nintendo was so excited about it, but fans were so excited about it that now this sequel is coming about as well?
It was the greatest feeling ever, because I remember very well as it was yesterday that before landing in Los Angeles, I said to my team, oh my God, this is not going to work, guys. Sorry what we have done. No one will love the game. I was so scared that at some point I was not being reasonable anymore. And the love that we received instead were like so overwhelming that I couldn't take it anymore. Like I basically cried out of happiness. But apart from that moment, apart from being able to work with Nintendo, I think that over the years, also with the DLC, because we did the DLC on Mario plus Rabbids called Donkey Kong Adventure, where we try to expand the boundaries of the tactical genre even more, because Donkey Kong was going all over the battlefield, grabbing enemies and throwing them. I think that we built super strong relationship of passion and enthusiasm with our players, that has been the real driver for us to then jump on Sparks of Hope, deciding to make the game so ambitious as it is today, because we basically expanded the team from 100 people to more than 300. So we welcome more the new studios, such as Chengdu, Pune, Montpellier, and they are helping us in Milan, in Paris, doing the game. So yes, I think that all the love that we received on those years, it's like a fuel for us to come up with something new.
And let's talk about Sparks of Hope specifically now, because this is what we're here to talk about is the direction you went with this game. And obviously the comparisons to Super Mario Galaxy are clear enough, both with the Lumas and Rosalina and that sort of stuff very specifically. But, you know, the Mario universe is expansive and weird and varied and goes all sorts of places. So David, I'm curious, what made you go with the direction of that sort of galaxy space adventure for this sequel?
When we started developing the game and creating the game, our first thought was, okay, it's a spiritual sequel of Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, but we are not designing it as a sequel. So it's still a sequel in a way, because we are still, the team is back. Rabbids Peach, Mario, and the other heroes are back. So, but the Mushroom Kingdom alone was not enough. So the whole universe of Mario plus Rabbids has been expanded on a cosmic level to being able to offer a journey to see the players and the heroes to go from planet to planet, explore those planets, and fight to save it. So there are for sure some references to our past game and also to Mario characters, but it's still an adventure of the Mario plus Rabbids series.
And one of the ideas that I know kind of came clear was the idea that it's not just a sequel, right? It's not just more of Mario Rabbids, and you guys have changed a lot kind of to that end, where now in true planet exploration style, right, the levels aren't linear anymore. You're wandering around these larger spaces. So Xavier, I was hoping you could maybe tell us a little bit about that, kind of how big should we expect these planets to be? How much exploration is there in that regard?
Yeah, as David was saying, you know, the space opera, expanding universe in the galaxy was very exciting. So when we came up with the planet system, we cannot talk about how many planets we planned so far because this would be spoiling a little bit, but we planned a lot of planets where each of them is very different. It has its own story, characters. They are super weird at the same time, and this, I guess, is the expected part from us. So the way it works is you arrive on a planet and then you explore, you discover you can go anywhere you want on that planet. So we worked a lot on the agency that we give to the players, depending on what they want to do between, you know, activities, talking to NPCs and characters, or doing puzzles, or doing fights. So basically that's the way we've built all the planets in terms of topography and approach. And it's great because it means depending on your style and what you want to do and where you want to go first, it's up to you. So we applied that to all the planets we have in the game.
And the original had also this very kind of classic, almost XCOM-like tactics grid-based system. This now is completely freeform movement, which is I imagine a pretty huge change mechanically in terms of how you guys are creating the game and making it all work. I'm curious, were there any sort of did anything pop up that was kind of unexpected problems or led to some sort of unexpected creative moments in making that switch from grid to freeform movement?
With the Mario plus Rabbids game, we always aim to surprise the player no matter what. We did it with the first one and we continue doing it with the DLC. And as I was saying before, even if this is the spiritual sequel, we never designed it as a sequel, but a new take on the tactical genre. So really, in this game, we were aspiring to push the tactical boundaries even more to provide a completely renewed combat system to our players. So we basically redesigned the whole combat system with the focus on the fluidity and the action offered by the possibility to move the players, the heroes, in real time. So you still have to move within an area of movement. So you still have the limits of movement, but in that area, you can, for example, control Mario directly behind the cover, and then opening up your attack preview and directly see in game the end result of what you are doing. So in Mario Plus Rabbids, you were looking at the levels of the enemy, if they were changing numbers. Here, if you open up the attack preview and the enemy is within range of your attack, you see them being scared. So everything is more reactive, like a small cartoon. We wanted to open up this possibility for the player because we believe that being so swift in combat is going to be crucial to have a very nice and fluid experience. But still, the game is a tactical game, is built upon the foundation of Mario Plus Rabbids as a tactical game. So you have all your elements to evaluate your position, to evaluate the enemy, to know more about that. You have a tactical cam and you have several other options that are really helping you as in a solid tactical game. So I believe that this new approach is opening up new possibilities for our players in terms of tactics.
We had to check between the tactical aspect and versus the action that we were adding.
Muy buenas a todos. Volvemos acá a encontrarnos. Faltando 5 minutos para el showcase de Gearbox. ¿Qué más nos tienen para anunciar? Gracias a quienes se quedaron del otro lado, a quienes estuvieron mirando, quienes nos mandaron comentarios, a quienes comentaron también por privado, nos mandaron un par de mensajitos. Muchas gracias a todos. La realidad es que después de lo que mostró Ubisoft tenemos la vara bastante alta. Pero bueno, Gearbox es la última publicación, el último vivo del día de hoy. Ya mañana volvemos a partir de las 2 de la tarde con Xbox y Bethesda. Después con Square Enix, Warner Bros. Games y PC Gaming Show. Mañana es un día cargado, mañana es un día bastante fuerte, así que si les gustó esto, si quieren estar atentos, si quieren saber más, mañana, domingo 13 de junio, tenemos un día pesadísimo, un día copadísimo con la cantidad de hype que tenemos.
Puddles. Those are darkness elements that are really impacting and consuming the energy of the planet. And basically, as soon as you touch an enemy or a darkness puddle, for instance, you're indeed transported to the fight. And then we can be super creative in terms of what we present in the battle, in terms of the structure, in terms of what we show to the player as well. It's always reminiscent of what you saw in exploration, but then we can go crazy over what we give to the player in terms of the battlefield and the topography and different options that you have on the battle. So that's why we went for that. So it's all about the rhythm of what you want to do on the planet.
And David, last question. Obviously, we've talked a lot today about, how you guys are changing the formula, how you're making it fresh and new and surprising. But I'm curious, was there anything that made its way into Sparks of Hope that you were maybe hoping would even go into the first game that you just couldn't quite fit or couldn't quite make work that you're now have sort of found a home for in this sequel?
When we are developing a game, especially when we were developing Mario Plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle and Sparks of Hope, we always produce way more than what we can really develop. I mean, in terms of concept art, we come up with tons of ideas. In terms of narrative elements, we come up with a lot of proposals. But then you have to realize all of that. So for sure, let's say that it's like writing all your best idea on a bunch of post-it, and you throw it in the air, and the one that sticks on the rooftop are the one that you keep in the game. So there is always something that is deep in your heart you would like to save for another game. There was a couple of stuff that we have been able to save this time, but this will remain as a surprise for now.
That's totally fair. I'm very excited to finally get my hands on Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope whenever it does come out later next year. But thank you so much, Xavier and David, for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. It's been an honor.
IGN Summer of Gaming is powered by Duracell Optimum. All summer long, we're bringing you the game announcements, developer interviews, and all the demos you care about. So get comfortable and get ready to play. Upgrade your Xbox controller with Duracell Optimum batteries today.
Summer of Gaming is presented by the Army National Guard. So let's check in.
Bueno, para Xbox, para que dejen de hacer controles con pilas, por favor.
What's going on, everyone? I'm Cam11B,
Y
a
lo
former
21.
Army sniper, currently working full-time as an esports manager for the Army National Guard. All right, so we just finished the Ubisoft Forward, and one title I was not expecting was Rainbow Six Extraction. And holy crap, it looks awesome. So it is a 3-player co-op, essentially siege shooter with these amazing seamless executions. The gunplay looked great. It looks like there might be maybe some larger missions if an operator goes down and you're going to rescue. I don't know. I'm just really excited to see where it goes. And as we get more info, the biggest thing though, as you know, I enjoy co-op, and it is co-op. I cannot freaking wait. And it has crossplay, which it's 2021. Every game needs to have crossplay as standard. I'm super excited and I cannot wait to learn more. So, what did you think of the Ubisoft Forward? Let us know in the chat. I'm Cam11B from the Army National Guard, and you can find us both here on Twitch.
Oh, hey there! Summer of Gaming still here
Gearbox
because
Showcase.
we will never, ever leave you.
Veamos qué
At least
tenés
this
para
summer.
nosotros.
This fall, though, you are on your own. It's going to be Mad Max out there without us, and good luck. All bets are off. Anyway, the IGN community is a lot more calm than we are, and they had a lot to say about the Ubisoft Forward. We will check back in with them in a second, but for now, we're going to check out the Ubisoft Forward that we just saw and the Gearbox presentation that's coming up in just a sec. So, Max, thanks for looking handsome. You did really great just now. Good job. Let's go check in with Gearbox and see what they're working on.
Gearbox University was founded in 1999, just 15 years after this 80s orientation video was made. We offer numerous degrees across a multitude of fields, including sociopathology, supply chain management, and storytelling with a European-sounding accent. Gearbox University comprises 3 unique colleges that will place you on whichever path to success is right for you. At the College of Gearbox Software, we can shape you into the looting, shooting vault hunter you've always believed you could be. At the College of Gearbox Publishing, we offer advanced degrees in Norse mythology, projectile meteorology, or regular meteorology. You can even write your thesis on the deification of gravity. Finally, there's the College of whatever the hell else we're doing, with specialties in badass bunkernomics, history of magic, enlarged vehicle maneuvering, and yes, even Hollywood filmmaking. Did you hear we're making a Borderlands movie? It's true. Let's learn more about all the innovative opportunities you can find at Gearbox University. Dynamic, pioneering, groundbreaking.
Hey everybody, if you don't know me, I'm Randy Pitchford, the founder of the Gearbox Entertainment Company and executive producer of the Borderlands franchise and all of the great games that we do at Gearbox. I am right now on the set of the Borderlands motion picture, in development, in production. We're shooting. This is a live soundstage, and I thought, since I'm here, wouldn't it be cool if I walk you around a little bit and show you some of the cool stuff that we're doing? Let me walk you this way. This is a live set. There's guys working on the movie right now in real time. We've been everywhere. We've been in the caves of the Caustic Caverns.
What's up, haters?
We've been in the desert, in the sand quarries. We've been in the stone quarries, doing all kinds of amazing stuff. Actually, look, this is. Hey, Eli, can I grab you for a second?
Yes.
This is Eli Roth, our director.
Hey everybody.
This is E3. These
What's
are
up,
our
guys?
gamers. And you got Edgar
I
here.
know. We have so much. He doesn't exist in the game, but he exists in the movie and in real life. It's Edgar Ramirez.
Well, Edgar Ramirez's character Atlas exists hypothetically in the game. We've never met him before in the game or in real life. We're meeting Atlas for the first time in this movie story. I'm so stoked that you're here doing this.
Thank you,
This
man.
is
I'm
gonna
very,
be-
very happy.
This is going to be a blast.
Congratulations.
Oh, thanks. Look, I feel like we're just getting started. The whole point is to entertain people, and this movie that Eli's making, it's unreal.
I mean, we have. I don't want to say what we're filming, but it's lots of blood, lots of guts. It's totally bonkers, but it's also very Borderlands. I have learned how to twirl a Vlad off.
You know what? I think we should. Let me show this.
Yeah, we could show that.
This is
the stunt one. That's
this is video game fans will recognize this is the Infinity. It's a Vladoff Infinity, and you've gotten pretty good at twirling.
Well, they have ones that actually, this one is light, so I
Yeah.
could really learn
Yeah,
to
yeah,
twirl
yeah.
because I don't want to smash a
You're
real
getting
one.
good at that.
But Kate's amazing.
She's
Kate's
got-
she can side twirl, she can double twirl.
That's right.
She can do the front twirl.
Isn't it unbelievable how she's brought Lilith to life?
It's
I can't wait
crazy.
for you to see. Kate is a god.
I saw, everyone thinks of Kate from Blue Jasmine or Carol, all the things she's done. And House of the Clock on the Walls, I saw how unbelievably funny she was. And I noticed that she brought out the great dramatic acting in Jack Black, and Jack brought out the great comedy in Kate. She was so into it. She wants to really, understand it from the inside out. Like, what are the powers? Where do they come
It's
from?
wild to watch her walk like Lilith. That blew my mind. She's totally done it.
We want to make a real great science fiction movie. We don't want to just make a great video game adaptation movie. I
Right.
just want it to be a great.
Well, that's the key, right?
Great you just have to make a great sci-fi movie. Period.
And it's really come to life. So for Borderlands fans who play the video game, if you have people in your lives that you want to introduce to Borderlands but aren't going to play the game with you, this movie's how you do it. You can bring your family, your loved ones, bring them to the movie.
We want this
and
to
introduce them to Borderlands. They're gonna love it.
We want this to be like a gateway drug for the non-Borderlands fans. I mean, look, the great thing about the game is there's so much to it that you're telling 80 hours of story every time. I mean, people can live in the world, so we have to create a different experience, and the
Yes.
experience has to be thrilling in a different way and exciting. Have all the things that the fans love. Easily the best cast I've ever worked with. But just a world-class cast of actors that all came in just to come in and play, and everyone is so into their characters. Like we see way Florian's playing Creed.
Florian is killing it.
Ariana is Tiny Tina.
She's
Kevin
doing
is
amazing.
rolling. I mean, Kevin is a man on a mission.
I can't believe
he's
watching
playing
Kevin
a full action star.
go full action star. I think he's really going to surprise people. I think Kevin's over there actually, and I know Lisa is trying. Lisa, our
Trying to
first
get a
AD,
shot. You go get him.
You go to work. All right, come with me, guys. Come with me. I'm going to see if I can find Ari and one of the producers and Emmy. The R-Odds are legendary. Hey, Ari. Can I interrupt you, man? Guys, this is Emmy and Ari from Arad Productions. Ari Arad has made a whole bunch of awesome movies. You're probably familiar with the Arads from Marvel, right? Because Avi Arad was the founder and the CEO of Marvel Studios, and they created a movie called Spider-Man, and then Iron Man. I believe you're the executive producer.
Yeah, I worked on that one.
You worked on, and then the X-Men, and then the Avengers, and I think it's gone from there. These are the most successful movies of all time for comic books. And the pitch you gave me was, hey, that was cool. We figured it out with comic books. We think that video games are the next frontier of this, and we think Borderlands is the perfect video game. And you were really flattering. And how was I to you? I was kind of It's kind of a jerk, wasn't it?
You made us work for it. You made us work for it. But you were right. You were right.
Well, you have to understand, like, we get hit up from Hollywood people all the time, and it's a different world. Like, what we have to do to make video games is a completely different skill set than what you care about in making these incredible films. And I wanted to make sure that if we were going to partner with somebody on the film side, that it was with people that cared about our universe, cared about our fans, and cared about the character and the worlds that we created, and was going to actually develop it. Not just, a lot of these guys will collect options and just throw it at studios, just see where they can get business done. And I probably beat you up for like 2 years plus.
Oh yeah.
We called it dating for 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. I remember.
You remember, we were dating for years. Yes. And but we did a deal, and it's been a long road.
Yeah, but you know what? We're here and we're psyched, and it's been worth it. Feels like we used that time pretty well.
I can't believe it.
And we're really proud of where we're at.
It's pretty amazing. So we're more than halfway done with the shooting.
Yeah.
We're about 2/3 of the way done. Oh, look at this.
We have a really funny shot.
Oh yeah?
With the trash. We should be shooting it behind the scenes.
I was told that we can't.
I don't think we can give it away, but I think that for him, anyways, for our behind the scenes, we should get it.
Oh. So I'll tell you what, you guys. This is Eli. This is Ari. Oh, don't look that way. We can't. No, this way. Look this way. We can't show. Yes. I don't want to. Okay. So guys, it's going to be an amazing E3. Borderlands the film is going to be absolutely incredible. We've got some cool stuff to show you. I know some of you are interested in seeing more about the new game that we have announced, and learning more from Gearbox Publishing. So you're going to get all that. I wish I could be there in person, but since we're digital, we're going to do it this way. Thank you guys, and I'll catch you later. Cheers.
Among the many innovative courses offered by Gearbox University, make sure you check out Borderlands Science. By solving the puzzles, you can contribute to real-world research studying the human gut microbiome. For you freshmen in the audience, here's our leading scientist, Mayim Bialik.
By playing Borderlands 3, you can contribute to real-world scientific research that helps real people. You'll be directly helping our scientists organize and compare this doo-doo.
I'm the conductor of the poop train!
With Borderlands Science, you too can be the conductor of the poop train. And while you'll reap in-game rewards when you play, the real reward is knowing that you're making the world a better place. Gearbox University. We're not even charging tuition for this.
The Homeworld game started in the mid-90s. It would be the first ever truly 3D RTS. So that was a big deal in, the late 90s.
Fate. It soars on the wind. It rises from the grave. It stalks the ocean floor. You cannot hide from fate. But you can.
Bueno, estamos viendo lo que vinimos a ver, ¿no? Vemos un poquito de los avances de Borderlands, Homeworld 3. Está como My Little Pony le gana a un fucking dragón en Wonderlands.
Quick question. We're not talking about yet, right?
That is correct.
It's my favorite. Hi, I'm Kayla Belmore, and I'm senior producer on Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. So what's really unique about Wonderlands is it's a looter shooter, which is, pretty classic for Gearbox software, but for the first time ever, we're setting it in a brand new fantasy environment. Even though it's inspired by some of the content we've made before with Assault on Dragon's Keep, a fan favorite.
Roll for initiative, suckers!
It's a completely standalone plot, new set of characters with some nods to the past, but if you've never played a Borderlands game before, you can absolutely jump right in and enjoy it just as much.
A un dragón. No es justo.
So we're absolutely excited to talk about all of our new enemy types. So that is one of our wyvern
Era facha
enemies
ese
you will
dragón.
absolutely be fighting.
Le gana un
them.
fucking
They're
pony.
not your average wyvern. So of course we've got goblins. You definitely can't have a fantasy game without goblins, but again, we like to make them our own. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope that you are as stoked as we are about Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Follow us on our social channels to find out the latest and greatest news. Enjoy the rest of the show.
This franchise has been around for so long. Here we are years later, and we keep looking at it like, well, Homeworld 3, this has to happen.
Después de 17 años de ausencia.
The giants have come to Midgard, and you have been chosen by the gods to protect this realm. But your first task is to find some new clothes that aren't as drafty. Your tribe's journey starts in the wilderness. Hunt down pets, gather rare resources, and explore the untamed world. Once you've plundered all you can carry, return to your village and use those resources to forge Viking-worthy gear. You must protect the seed of Yggdrasil at all costs, or this world and everything in it will be destroyed forever. So take heed. Ahead things rise when the sun sets. Destroy these dark spirits before they destroy the seed. Each victorious knight makes way for a new day, to venture into new lands, build to greater heights, and face fiercer creatures. And with great risk comes great rewards. But be careful, you're of little use to Midgard squashed by a troll. Craft legendary weapons, build deadly defenses, and grow the strength of your tribe, because those giants are on their way. And it's time for us to end their path of destruction. Let's show them our might is greater than their height. As the saying goes, Valhalla! Can't wait!
¿No? Creo que tenemos una sobrepoblación de juegos basados en vikingos, pero me copa. PlayStation y
Hello
PC.
everyone, my name is Ren Maroda. I'm the creative director at Northville. We're just under 2 months away from finally launching our upcoming 10-player co-op action RPG, Tribes of Midgard, and deliver it to you on July 27th on PS5, PS4, and Steam. In Tribes of Midgard, you play as an Einarjar, a glorious Viking hero that's been returned to Midgard in order to protect the seed of Yggdrasil, the World Tree. Every time you start a new run, you would want to go out and explore this new world, gather some resources, fight enemies, and return to your village in order to craft better equipment and tools to help you survive. You can also upgrade and fortify your village, because each night, creatures from hell will emerge from the depth to attack your tree. Make it through the night to go back out to raid enemy camps, dwell in caves, take part in events, go on quests, build anywhere, and of course, loot countless items to gain experience and level up your Viking. We now have 8 classes in the game, each with their own abilities, specificities, and playstyle. As you gain experience, you level up to unlock even more skills, which you can then combine with dozens of runes for over-the-top results. But those nightly creatures aren't even your biggest threat. You must get ready and prepare for your biggest challenge, and I mean biggest challenge to date. Every couple of days, a giant will emerge and walk towards your village with the intent of destroying the seed of Yggdrasil. You must stop it and take it down, whatever the cost, otherwise it's game over. You can of course play Tribes of Midgard completely on your own, but we highly recommend that you bring along 9 friends to thrive together. We cannot wait to share more information about this ever-growing epic saga in the weeks to come. In the meantime, you can already pre-order the game right now to earn exclusive items and be among the first to defend Midgard against Ragnarok. Because as they say, Valhalla can wait. Thanks for watching. Sail sail.
At Gearbox University, it's not all textbooks and calculators. Sometimes we like to kick back and have a little fun. A good sense of humor is of vital importance if you want to succeed in these halls. Here's a list of sensible wisecracks you might hear when you're exploring our campus. Why did the tribe of Midgard cross the road? To get to the Thor side. Knock knock. Who is there? The commando. The commando who? I don't know. What are you axing me for? Welcome to the Homeworld Diner. Our special today is the dessert of Carrick. Help! I've God fallen, and I can't get up. Claptrap, Tiny Tina, and Mad Moxie walk into a bar. Wait, I think Moxie owns the bar, so why would she be walking in? She'd already be there. And is Tiny Tina old enough to drink? Maybe it doesn't matter in space. Also, what's the punchline? And how is Claptrap walking in? I want to say he counts as a unicycle. Okay, we'll work on this before we submit to E3. Gearbox University. Our comedy school is a 2-year degree.
Macros thinks the war is over. After all your promises, but our fight has just begun. Our duty is to carry the burden of war.
Or just savor the victory.
Ya habíamos tenido un vistazo en la Games Awards de diciembre.
The darkness has breached reality. It is time, my champion.
Know how this is going to end. Time for your madness to end, brother. I was never just your brother. I am your god. And after all your promises, you've ripped it.
Greetings everyone, my name is Dick Hain and I'm the Senior Technical Producer at Counterplay Games. First and foremost, on behalf of everyone at CPG and Gearbox alike, I want to thank you for being part of Godfall's journey up until this point. It's crazy to think that Godfall just launched in November of last year. Our developers have been hard at work ever since. In fact, this past February, we launched the massive Primal update, which included new content such as additional rooms in Tower of Trials, Primal gear, Ascension levels, and much, much more. But I'm excited to announce today that on August 10th, we will be launching Godfall on the PlayStation 4. Not only that, but owning Godfall on the PS4 entitles you to a free PS5 upgrade, and we will support cross-gen play so PS4 and PS5 users can seamlessly co-op together. And if you've been struggling in the Ascended Tower of Trials, don't worry, we're adding matchmaking. But really, matchmaking and the PS4 edition are just the tip of the iceberg because we are so excited to launch our first ever expansion, which we've entitled Fire and Darkness. Fire and Darkness will take players into the Fire Realm for the first time ever, where they'll be met with new challenges, enemies, bosses, trophies, cosmetics, and so much more. But alongside Fire and Darkness, we're also releasing a free content update, which we're calling the Lightbringer Update. The main component of the Lightbringer Update is a new endgame loop, which we're calling Lightbringer. In Lightbringer, players will fight off the darkness that threatens Aperion and be rewarded with a new loot type, Cursed Loot. Cursed Loot will challenge the player to complete particular objectives in order to lift the curse and awaken them. Basically, if you thought Primal Gear was tough, you ain't seen nothing yet. And then, of course, we want to make fashion the forefront of Godfall, so we have added a huge library of cosmetics to both the Lightbringer update and the expansion alike, all of which can be unlocked by simply completing objectives in the game. Thank you so much for your time today. It is an honor to be speaking here, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your E3.
There's a really unique tone and vibe and feel to Homeworld that hasn't been emulated since. It's not a prequel, it's not a remaster, it is Homeworld 3. It is the next Homeworld.
We're glad you've chosen Gearbox University for your higher education endeavors. As you engage in your academic pursuits, don't forget to try out our extracurricular activities. Show off your shutterbug talents in the photography club. Make lasting connections in our chapter houses. Or if you're a boring person, you can always try out for the debate team. We also have sporting events, but try not to party too hard at the homecoming game, or you'll end up looking like this. Be sure to follow us on social media, where you'll occasionally find free shift codes, as well as news and announcements about our latest scholastic offerings. Gearbox University, we can shape your future, because thinking for yourself is hard. Now, go buy all our games.
We're back. I hope you guys had an awesome presentation from all the Gearbox games in development and Gearbox publishing products coming. Listen, I'm standing outside Kevin Hart's trailer door. I'm just gonna. You guys want to meet him? I think he wants to meet you guys. Let's see if he opens. Hey Kevin, you got a minute?
Yeah.
Borderlands fans, meet Kevin Hart.
How you guys doing, man? Pretty pumped up right now to meet you guys. Randy, you should tell them actually how big I am in person. It's a great opportunity.
I'm 6'3", and
yeah, they can get a good grasp of how much height I put on for this role right now.
Dude, you are freaking awesome. Like, you don't understand. Like, you're a freaking action hero.
Thank you, man.
This is amazing watching you work.
You know what?
You're blowing my mind.
I'm going to say I'll one-up you. I'll say it's amazing for me to have the opportunity to portray the character of Roland, of course, who you're very familiar with, because this is your creation. I think the biggest and best thing is the surprise that you guys are going to be in for. Because you got no idea what I'm doing or how I'm doing or why I'm doing it. You got no idea the level that I came in at. You got no idea how much preparation I decided to put into this particular character in this role. You got no idea. You got no idea. You don't even know what's under this jacket.
OMG! It's metal!
You got no idea. My job is to come in, not only be prepared, but to shock. And I think right now this is what we're doing.
We are doing it. I've seen some pretty, like,
it's intense.
No one's ever seen you like this before.
No, I can honestly say, man, Eli is doing such a phenomenal job. He's directing.
It's also fun to work with him. Like, he's working his ass off. Well, everyone's working their ass off.
Absolutely. You got an amazing cast. Kate, Jamie, Ariana, myself, Flo, our director, Eli, Jack Black. You put an amazing group of people together. So shouts out to you, your team at Gearbox. Shouts out to Lionsgate, for seeing that this is something that could be phenomenal. Shouts out to the world of Pandora knowers. You guys that know and love this world, I promise you, you're going to be in complete awe when you see how real we have made it become. From a place of visual, you know, you're going to believe that you're in this place with us. So,
wow, you're making me cry, man.
It's dope. It's dope, man.
My eyes are welling up.
No,
hey, thank you, man. Hey, I appreciate you taking a minute to introduce yourself to our fans.
No problem. I'm going back in here in the weight room.
I'll see you later.
I got a weight room in here. Just rolling lifts weights in between takes. You'll know why later. Take it easy, man.
Take it easy, Kevin. Thanks, man. Holy crap, you guys. I can't wait for you to see this movie. It won't be long, but we still got a lot of work to do. We're a little bit more than halfway done with production. And but you know what? Back at home at Gearbox, all the great people that created this universe that I'm here representing on behalf of all the talent at Gearbox, we're hard at work making new stuff. So check this out, and I'll see you guys soon. Cheers, everybody.
For those of you who've never seen the greatest the world has ever revealed, I'd like to introduce myself. Let's go! I'm out here making them mad, cause I got it. Too good at being too bad, cause I got it. Stop reaching and being sad, cause I got it. I just got it. I just got it. Let the blood sport begin! I'm out here making them mad, cause I got it. Too good at being too bad, cause I got it. Stop reaching and being sad, cause I got it. I just got it. I just got it. Jesus, ain't reindeer games, my dude! I'm the one that got the swag, I'm the one that got him sad. I don't do this here to brag, I just got it. I'm the reason why you mad, I'm the reason why they glance. I ain't even trying to brag, I just got it. I said please don't go my phone, you should just leave me alone. I did this here all alone, I just got it. I can show them how to act, put my shoulder on the map, keep it feeling as a bag. I just got it.
Bueno, muchísimas gracias a todos por compartir con nosotros estos anuncios de este día de la E3. Los esperamos mañana, como ya dijimos, con un día domingo cargado, ¿sí? Con varios anuncios seguramente. Tenemos a Xbox y Bethesda, tenemos a Square Enix, tenemos a Warner Bros. Y por último PC Gaming Show. Así que nos vemos mañana a partir de las 14 horas. Muchas gracias por estar con nosotros.